Good afternoon. Today we would like to present the new Jeanneau Cap Camarat 6.5cc and WA Series 3. This is the 8th generation Cap Camarat at around 6 meters in length. Yes, 8 generations, with a whole succession of boats. The most recent being the 625 and 635, then the 6.5 Series 1, Series 2, and now the Series 3. This boat is completely new. It has a new hull, and this new hull is shared by both versions. The CC, or Center Console, an open-type boat, and the Walkaround, also called a sundeck, a boat with a raised bridge and a forward cabin. These two boats have the latest innovations from Jeanneau's Cap Camarat line, namely a style reminiscent of the latest Cap Camarat 9.0. They also benefit from the latest developments in terms of hull design. As I said earlier, with a brand new hull, still the work of Michael Peters, just as with the 7.5 and the 9.0. The hull is slightly wider and slightly longer than the previous generation. These few centimeters gained here and there have really increased the space inside the boat. Every centimeter counts in designing a boat. For example, the forward hull is a little more muscular in design with its distinctive shape. This creates space inside the cabin in the Walkaround and on the foredeck in the Center Console version. In terms of motorization, this new hull accommodates engines from 130 to 200 horsepower. With 150 horsepower engines, for example, it will reach speeds up to 35 knots, and with 200 horsepower, it will reach significantly higher speeds, up to 40 knots. Though this hull is sporty, with excellent handling, it is also very safe and reassuring for users. It is really a multi-purpose boat for sport, but also for family. Access on board is very easy through the cockpit door located here on the port side. This cockpit door also allows access to the large rear platform, complemented here on this boat by large optional bathing platforms. It completely opens the boat towards swimming, but also makes access on board easier from a pontoon. Also for swimming, there is a large handrail that greatly facilitates setting up the swim ladder. As you can see, space on board is truly maximized. As I said earlier, Jeanneau has worked hard to optimize onboard space. Every centimeter gained was used to make space. As you can see, it's easy to move around between the seats and the aft bench. These are the standard seats. Other optional seats can also be chosen that are larger and more comfortable. Looking at the layout of the aft cockpit, you have as standard equipment a bench seat, this module here, with folding seats on each side. One advantage of folding seats is that under the seat there is additional storage space. They also leave a nice spot for fishing, here to aft, with great support against the backrest. It's a really safe spot for fishing. This boat has a folding bench seat that forms an L-shaped cockpit saloon. It is also possible to add another folding bench on the port side for a U-shaped cockpit saloon. Getting around on board is easy. On each side of the console, there are wide side decks for excellent movement around the deck. This boat can be equipped with an optional T-top. The original T-top is integrated into the design of the boat, takes up very little floor space, and puts all onboard space to good use while enhancing movement on board. The rear cockpit is complemented by this forward cockpit. This is a great setup for dayboat use, with a maximum amount of space. There are really two living spaces. Each of these living spaces can accommodate a cockpit table. This makes it possible to have the forward cockpit as a sundeck, while keeping the seating and a table aft. What's unique about this new generation of Cap Camarat is the seat in front of the console, which has not only been enlarged and a backrest added, but allows for forward access to the inside of the console, without having to go all the way around to the aft door. It provides direct access to the cushions for easy setup of the forward sundeck. Beside the forward console access, there is a second storage locker located here under the front seat. It is a very deep locker with a maximum of storage space. As I said earlier, the forward cockpit can be transformed into a large sundeck. It can be further enlarged with additional elements added to the sides. It is really easy to set up, as the panels are hinged and remain in place, ready to go hidden under the cushions. The helm is also very comfortable with excellent ergonomics. A well-placed steering wheel, instrumentation directly in front of the pilot. Here we see a 7-inch screen, but a 9-inch is also possible. There is a footrest. There are seats with adjustable front sections called bolster seats. The seats are on height-adjustable telescopic legs, so it's possible to find the driving position you want. Access to the console interior is through this sliding door. Inside there is a very large storage space, as well as an open panel that allows for the inside storage of long fishing rods. In addition to this large interior storage space, there are 2 lockers located here in the cockpit. There is a large storage compartment located under the aft bench seat and also a storage locker located here in the port side deck with table leg storage on the hatch. So now that we've presented the CC version, the open version, of this new 6.5, we would now like to present the Walkaround version. The Walkaround version uses the same hull and the same equipment as the Center Console version. We find the same aft cockpit configuration, the same comfort, with all the various configuration options, with folding seats, a backrest that wraps around the cockpit. It is possible to transform this rear seat into a sun deck. Also possible on the Center Console version, which works really well with the folding seats, and turns this rear cockpit into a very useful sun deck when you're at a windy mooring. Here on this exhibition model, we have the optional bolster seats that are both larger and more comfortable. What's unique about the Walkaround version is the raised bridge with a permanent sun deck forward, under which there is a cabin. Access to the forward sun deck is possible on the Walkaround version via 2 side decks. The main side deck is located here to port, safe and secure with handrails that are easy to grab, and also by a second side deck located to starboard. The sun deck is well recessed with a very secure bow rail. Located under these cushions is the anchor well with an optional electric windlass. This optional electric windlass is also available on the Center Console version. The cabin is located under the bridge. Access is through this sliding door. There are 2 single berths with storage lockers underneath. It is also possible to install a chemical toilet. These 2 berths can be joined by additional cushions to turn the singles into a large double berth. As you can see, these 2 new generation Cap Camarat 6.5s are designed for 2 kinds of boating. On the one hand, the 6.5cc is a true day boat, while the Walkaround version is more oriented towards weekend cruising. These 2 boats offer a maximum in onboard space. They are reminiscent of the larger Cap Camarat 7.5. To learn more about these boats, we invite you to get in touch with a dealer or come discover the boats at a boat show near you.